All right, should be good to go now with much better audio. Yeah, Keith must be on the space station. Yeah, something like that. But all right, guys. So as I was saying, um, couple of short-term reversal signals trying to work off the daily time frames. So looking at the S&Ps here, back on Friday, on the pullback, we have our low bar on Thursday. So Thursday sees a fresh low of 55.04. And then by the time things close on Friday's candle, we're closing above the high of that low bar. Right, so you got to figure anybody getting short S&Ps around, really 5,600, 55.50, 55.25. Anybody getting short the S&Ps down here, which can look and feel like a good short. They pop it, they flush it, trying to take out that low. Rope in a few shorts, and then on Friday's close, you back above the high of that low bar. So what I was saying was, if you look at the Nvidia action from last week, right, they go from a fresh low around 105 to a pretty quick snapback to that falling 21 EMA. Right, 105-ish into 121 and change. And I do think with the S&Ps, QQQ, etc., at some point that could be the pop we're looking for. That could be S&Ps back into 5750, 5800. That could be QQQ back into 495, maybe 500-ish. So one part of that is getting that high of low bar close, which the S&Ps got on Friday, the QQQ got on Friday. Pretty sure we got it in the Dow Jones, IWM. What about the SMH? All right, the SMH got the high and low bar back on Wednesday. Or a little momentum back towards that falling 21. The XLK got it back on Friday as well. All right, so Nvidia takes that high of low bar close, traps anybody getting short down near the low, kicks off a pretty quick push back towards that 21. Now, I think the other part of it here is from the ground up. Unlike the QQQ, unlike the S&Ps, at least up to this point, we got signs of return higher off the lower time frames. Right? So two little but really important things. 1 hour Nvidia, you get that momentum shift. All right, momentum goes through a bear cycle, and they're trending price lower. Momentum kicks back to the buy side. If anything can give the bulls a little bit of breathing room. Momentum-wise, bears have maybe hit a point of exhaustion. Momentum back into a bull cycle, and then they cross the 21 EMA back above the 50. So it's not the perfect hourly chart, not a super bullish hourly chart, but turning momentum and trying to get a little bit of improvement as far as your structure. All right, as you'll notice, gives NVIDIA 1, 2, maybe 3 days to just simply catch its breath. All right, a little back and forth. NVIDIA is trying to dust itself off. You're no longer getting pummeled. No longer making lower highs and lower lows. Right? They're trying to take it out of that short-term hourly downtrend. Momentum shift, 21 back above the 50. Daily chart high of low bar close. Then you're looking for 5-minute, 15-minute buy triggers, trying to play that path back towards that 21 EMA. So S&Ps, QQQ, the other indexes, etc., they've got one part of the equation. Pull back Thursday into a fresh low, rope in a few shorts. Then for Friday's candle, you're closing back above the high of that low bar. Okay, cool. Anybody getting short back on Thursday maybe feels a little pressure here. Now, can the bulls keep the pressure going? So unlike NVIDIA, the hourly on the S&Ps here, we haven't gotten that 2150 cross, which could imply every pop we're getting here, that pop, that pop, that pop, that pop, every pop is just a pop in the context of an hourly downtrend. They can turn momentum that can give the bulls a little bit of help. 21 back above the 50. Then I think much easier to come in and buy it, try to play for a path back towards the upside. So for the S&Ps, that'll be the mission this week. One, can it keep it above last week's lows? And obviously, if you go back below last week's lows, adios to the S&Ps. Can they hold the low? Can they get the hourly 2150 cross? And can they get back above that over-under level? Which I'm working at 56.65. Not the low from last week, but the low from the prior week. If they can do those couple of things, I think we got a decent chance at some, couple different ways to skin the cat. You could look to sell some put credit spreads. You could day trade the futures, buy some cheap calls. Could find a spot to get busy to the buy side. And then QQQ, I'm watching that 480. Right, pop back in the 480, fresh low. Pop back in the 480, can't quite get through, and looking like an open around 481 ish. Get it and keep it above the 480 strike. Get your hourly 21 back above the hourly 50. Then I'm looking to buy it on 5-minute squeezes and buy signals, 15-minute squeezes, 30-minute, all the above. If they can't get it and keep it above that 480, I think it's still going to be a little bit too early to buy it. So 56.65 S&Ps, 480 QQQ. Recording. What's your issue here? There we go. And then for a couple of the key names, I'm watching that 250 level for Tesla. And I'm kind of watching everything through a similar lens right now. Get it above 250, keep it above 250. Momentum shift, hourly 21 back above the hourly 50. All right, then I can maybe jump in and take something like a 15-minute squeeze and a buy signal, and above that key strike, try to call for a short-term path higher. Not, hey, I'm going to jump in and I'm going to buy the June expiration calls on Tesla, and I'm calling for a bottom, and I'm going to call for a smooth path back towards an all-time high. I think you jump in on lower time frame buy signals, and maybe at best it's a push back into 280-ish, which I do think it could get. Turn some momentum, rebuild some structure. We get any kind of dead cat pop in the S&P's QQQ. Above 250, I don't think you're asking for too much for 275 back to 280. Dump it, dump it, dump it, dump it, dump it. Little turn back towards a falling 21 EMA. Below 250, I think a bit too early for the Tesla. And then for NVIDIA here, looking like a gap into 123 and change. I would like to buy it this week. Be a little bit careful buying it under that 124, 125-ish. Let me blow the chart up here for you. All right, so your 200 SMA on the hourly trades around that 125. And this would be the first test of that falling 200 since a breakdown. All right, break it down, flush it, getting all kinds of nasty. Not always, of course, but a lot of times, the first back test of that falling 200, it's usually going to be a decent level of resistance. All right, so dump it, try to find a bottom, get little bit of a reversal going. 125-ish might be a decent spot for the initial rejection. From there, if they can hold structure and support on a decent pullback, a good way to look at it could be, all right, even if we get rejected around that 125, on the pullback, can they put in a higher low? Right, so fresh low around, we'll call it 105. Then you push, put in a high around, not the cleanest example, but you put in a high around, call it 117. All right, little pullback in the 115. There's your higher low. You push it, brand new high around 121. Maybe they find a new high around 125. Little kickback in the 120 could be good for buy the dip opportunity. But yeah, on the gap up, just be a little cautious about being the first guy or gal to buy it at the open under the hourly 200. So looking for a dip buy in NVIDIA, and then I would like to find a spot here to buy Netflix. And not because I think Netflix has a great weekly chart or a really bullish daily time frame or a daily squeeze. It's more so shorter term. Couple of signs of a turn higher here off the hourly. Pretty similar to NVIDIA from last week. Walk it down, put in a fresh low, get the initial rebound, momentum shift, 21 back above the 50. If they can keep it above that 9, 10-ish level, let's see, where's our 21? Where is our 21? 21 EMA up around 945, 950. Now, not a great hourly chart. It's only getting 2 points out of 15, but compared to most things out there, it's a lot better. So maybe it's a trade where you're looking for a move, maybe above that 9, 10 level. We're looking to buy it on a good looking 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute squeeze. And not buying calls that expire 30, 45 days down the road. Right. Not looking for a breakout into a brand new all time high. Can I find the spot to buy Netflix around 920? And then try to take my paycheck on a push into 945, 950. That could require maybe a couple of hours or a couple of days of strength. And I think on a decent short squeeze move, we could get a couple of hours or a couple of days of strength. But if I want to call for the bottom in Netflix, and I'm grabbing calls up here at 1050, 1075, 1100, I'm going to need a lot more than a few hours or a few days of strength. I would need, I would need weeks of strength. And I don't think you can look at the indexes and the signals and the structure and call for weeks of strength. So that'll be the theme, guys. I think the best action we've seen from the Bulls in quite a while back on Friday. And that can maybe give them a little bit of momentum to work with into this week. I am looking for 21 EMAs above the hourly 50s. If they can do that, I'm looking to buy them on 5 minute buy signals, 15 minute, 30 minute. And if I get long, it's either a day trade or a trade I maybe hold for a couple of days, just trying to call for a push back towards a daily 21. Right, so if I buy in Meta, on Meta, I can only look for a pushback to about 635, 640. And when can I call for that? Well, get the 21 back above the 50. Give me, a really solid 15-minute squeeze. Then I'll jump in and take a shot. If I am going to buy some Broadcom this week, what do I call for? Initially, just a pop back in the 200. And maybe they get into 200 and they push it higher, they rebuild. That initial pop off the bottom could lead to a bigger move, but I'm just trying to catch a small piece there. And then one more thing for you before I do some Q&A and let you go. In terms of relative strength on the spreadsheet, all throughout last week it was gold and silver. So let's go take a look at gold and silver here in the pre-market. Silver futures are down 1% and gold's just pretty quiet. So last week gold was pretty good to us. Let me show you all the hourly. And we do have a fresh hourly squeeze setting up, so gonna keep an eye on it for the reentry. But we jumped in initially on that hourly squeeze, caught ourselves a push, took our paycheck, went to bed, woke up, fresh hourly squeeze, jumped in, caught the push, took our paycheck, and it was so nice we did it twice. I would like to go for a three-peat. Only difference is right now you don't have the same structure and signals. That hourly squeeze gave you the white arrow. White arrow meaning A plus setup. You had a white arrow on that one, and now on this one you don't have the white arrow. Trend a little bit more neutral. Structure is good and bullish, and momentum flips a little bit more bearish. If I want to jump in and get a really clean directional trade, the blue, the green, the red feels like too much tug of war to me. I've got my trend saying we're more so just content doing nothing. I've got structure saying, yeah, we want to go higher. And I've got momentum saying, we think we want to try to go lower. Tough to jump in and think you got a lot of edge right now. If it was bull trend, bull structure, bull momentum, like that hourly squeeze and that hourly squeeze, much, much easier to work with. 30-minute gold. Yeah, so nothing to do here just yet, but if it keeps on ranking out as top one, two, three, four on the board, we shall try to find a spot to jump back in. And then for the silver futures here, 15-minute squeeze break short. The hourly -2 neutral trend. Yeah, would like to buy it, but only on the proper trigger. 2-hour squeeze. Yeah, no rush here for now on silver. But yeah, that was a relative strength leader last week. So should that be the case here this week, we'll watch those 15-minute squeezes, watch those 30-minute hourly squeezes, try to find ourselves a spot to jump back on. But all right, y'all, any questions for me, any chart requests, anything you want to look at, drop it in the chat. I'll take a quick look. And then we are 20 minutes away from a brand new week. Oh yeah, don't forget. How could I forget? The rumor on the street is, let's go see if the rumor is true. The rumors are true. We have the interest rate decision and then Powell on Wednesday. So maybe things are a little bit quieter, a little bit choppy into Powell, and then we get all the fireworks. Don't lose sight of that one. Could be a tree shaker, as they say. All right, no questions here in the essentials room. Not seeing any questions on the YouTubes. While we're together here, let's take a quick look at this. Let's see, future squeezes. And we haven't opened up a swing trade in it's had to have been a couple of weeks now. I'm having a lot of fun waking up in cash. No biases, no opinions, and just trying to day trade the markets. Um, I'm trying to think. I think we had what 4 or 5 day trades in the room last week. We traded gold twice, made money on both. We shorted the futures, made money on one. Shorted the ES rather, made money. Did another short on the ES, lost money. Did another short on the ES and was break even. So we experienced it all last week. A losing trade, a break even trade, and a few profits. But yeah, I'm having a fun day trading, watching my squeeze radar, looking for 5-minute setups, 15-minute, 30-minute. And my thinking will be until the spreadsheet can really improve. The main thing I'm watching right now is just this market rating over here. Indexes are at negative 31% of max strength. Big 10 is at negative 18%, and the sectors are at negative 9%. Right, really bullish would be plus 80, 90, 100%, and really bearish would be minus 80, 90, 100%. So right now, if we take the indexes, Big 10, and the sectors and combine them, collectively, we are at negative 15% of max strength. It's just not, in my opinion, a great swing trading market. If we're at a total score of positive 80%, yeah, I want to wake up and get swing long. I'm buying pullbacks to 21 EMAs. I'm buying 4-hour daily 2-day squeezes. Or we're down here with a negative 80%. I want to get swing short. I can short rallies back to 21 EMAs. I can get short on daily squeezes, 4-hour squeezes. I can take bigger time frames, call for clear direction. When things are much more neutral, right, negative 15% of max strength, until the score gets either better or worse, in my opinion at least, tough to come in and think, hey, I can call for 3, 4, 5 days of really clear direction. I don't think bulls or bears have enough edge for that. I can come in and call for 15, 30, 60 minutes of clear direction, maybe even a day or 2 days of clear direction. So for me, I think that's going to be a really important part of working the strategy this year. Focus on swing trading when you're in a good swing trading market. I think the last really good swing trading market was October, November, December of last year. Ever since then, things have been much more just choppy, range bound, volatile, neutral. Couple of big pops, really big pullback. Go to bed in cash, no biases, no stressing. You don't care too much as far as what the market wakes up to. You take what they have to offer. So for those of you in my room, that'll be the game plan till things change. And for those of you here on the YouTubes, that'd be for now my best piece of advice. And I don't think you have to go and reinvent the wheel, so to say. Whatever kind of setups and indicators, entries, exits, all the above you would do, maybe on a weekly time frame or a daily time frame for a swing trade, just lower your time frame, go do the same thing. You don't have to switch your indicators, switch your strategy. Um, good example is, and more so of a swing trading market, what's my favorite setup? That might be something like the Apple weekly squeeze from Q4. Got my squeeze, got the compression, got my white arrow, like checking all the boxes, perfect score of 15, A plus setup. Yeah, if I can find that on a bigger time frame in the right market, that is the kind of thing you can buy and try to call for week after week of strength and direction. When I get into more of a neutral market, I'm going to take that same exact moment in time, but now it's not going to be on the weekly chart. Maybe it's going to be on a 15-minute, 30-minute hourly. All right, so what am I doing on the gold futures last week? I'm playing that same exact game. Compression, really good trend, structure, momentum, perfect score of 15, A plus setup. It's the same exact song and dance. Only difference about the hourly chart, I'm going to be proven either correct or wrong a little bit quicker. I don't need day after day, week after week. So that, my friends, is my story, and for now I am sticking to it. 480 QQQ, 5665 SPX. I think big over under levels into this week. If they can get it above those levels, keep it above those levels, then what are we looking for? QQQ hourly, 21 EMA back above the 50. S&P hourly, 21 EMA back above the 50. If they can do that coming off of Friday's high of low bar close, maybe action here in the short term similar to NVIDIA. Walk it down to a fresh low, rope in a few Johnny come lately shorts, put in that short term bottom, get signs of return, rebuild, get some buy signals, then you're kicking back up to a falling daily mean. Alrighty. Again, guys, thank you for your time as always. Happy St. Patrick's Day. And yeah, for those of you in my room, I will catch you.